TomoNews presents Emergency Evacuations.
Please evacuate.
Hawaiian residents forced to evacuate town as lava from volcano approaches. Lava from the Kilauea volcano has been crawling towards inhabited rural areas on Hawaii's Big Island since the volcano erupted in late June. Local authorities went door to door in the town of Pahoa on Saturday, preparing residents to evacuate. In eruptions over the past few years, molten rock has erupted from magma reservoirs through the Pu'uoa crater on Kilauea and tended to flow south toward the ocean. But in June, lava erupted from a vent on the northeastern slope of the crater, resulting in a northeasterly flow toward the town of Pahoa. As of Monday, lava from the volcano was just 70 yards away from the nearest residence. The leading edge of the lava measures about 100 yards wide and is spreading at a rate of about 10 to 15 yards an hour. Authorities estimate that at least 50 to 60 home and business structures in the area are likely to be impacted.
2 dead, 1 missing as 2015's most powerful typhoon hits Taiwan. 2 sisters and their mothers are the first casualties of Typhoon Soudelor, which is picking up strength on its way to China. As Typhoon Soudelor is beginning to make its way to Taiwan, hundreds have been evacuated from East Coast areas. On Friday, flights were cancelled and offices and schools closed across the country. The island's high-speed rail service will also be suspended on Saturday. The typhoon has been labeled a Category 3 storm on a scale of 1 to 5, but is expected to quickly reach Category 4. Waves along the coast up to 5 meters high have been reported by local media. As of Friday, a mother, her 2 twin daughters, and one of their classmates were all swept away by strong waves. The classmate survived, while one of the sisters is still missing. After passing through Taiwan, the typhoon is expected to hit the eastern Chinese province of Fujian and eventually reach northern China. The West Pacific Basin has seen 10 typhoons in 2015, with Typhoon Soudelor being by far the strongest.
Inferno spreads across Canada's Fort McMurray, 88,000 evacuated. An entire city burns as fire tears through forests and wooded areas in northern Alberta, Canada. A wildfire that sparked on May 1st has spread to such catastrophic proportions it quite honestly resembles hell on earth. Sizzling temperatures, high winds, and dry conditions combined to create the disaster scenario, leading authorities to evacuate roughly 88,000 people in the city and surrounding area. Miraculously, there have been no reports of deaths or injuries thus far. Temperatures rose to as high as 32.6 degrees Celsius on May 3rd, the fire unrelenting as emergency crews battled the flames and smoke overhead. A state of emergency has been declared across the province of Alberta for the time being, as a reported 1,600 structures have been lost to the raging inferno among the 7,400 acres of land that have been burnt to a crisp. Temperatures are expected to drop down significantly over the next few days, which will aid firefighters in their attempts to calm the mighty blaze.
American Airlines plane evacuated after smoke fills cabin. Passengers on board an American Airlines flight were evacuated on Wednesday after smoke filled the cabin. American Airlines Flight 445 was flying from Charlotte to Denver with 158 passengers on board. The plane, an Airbus A321, landed at Denver International Airport. As it was taxiing to the gate, smoke was seen in the cockpit. Passengers also saw and smelled smoke in the cabin. Everyone on board was safely evacuated using emergency slides. 3 people were slightly injured in the incident. An investigation into the cause of the incident is underway.
Chile volcano erupts for the first time in 5 decades. The Calbuco volcano that has been inactive for 5 decades suddenly erupted twice this week, blasting huge clouds of ash into the air and forcing the evacuation of at least 4,000 people. The Calbuco volcano, located in southern Chile, is about 1,000 kilometers south of the Chilean capital, Santiago. The volcano erupted at around 6 p.m. local time on Wednesday, sending a thick plume of ash and smoke nearly 10 kilometers into the sky. The second eruption occurred at around 1 a.m. Thursday, sending the ash about 20 kilometers into the sky. A 20-kilometer radius around the volcano was evacuated, forcing the relocation of about 4,000 residents. The column of ash and smoke could collapse and cause a pyroclastic flow, which is a current of superheated gas and rock that could go as fast as 700 kilometers per hour and reach temperatures of about 1,000 degrees Celsius. The last eruption of the Calbuco volcano was in 1961. The eruption could be seen as far as 50 kilometers away.
Whoops! A young German nightclubber could face charges after mistaking pepper spray for a can of deodorant, causing mayhem. The assailant, a 20-year-old woman, was out on Monday night at a club in Würzburg when she and a friend stepped into the bathroom to freshen up. She reached for the deodorant in her friend's bag, which also contained pepper spray, and you know which one she grabbed. The non-lethal weaponized spray wafted through the bathroom and into the club, triggering an evacuation. At least 2 women sustained eye injuries. The young woman was left red-faced, and police say she may face charges of negligent bodily harm.
Chile earthquake triggers massive evacuation. 8 people were killed and 1 million others evacuated after a powerful earthquake rocked Chile. The magnitude 8.3 earthquake struck the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Chile on Wednesday night. The temblor occurred as a result of the Nazca Plate plunging beneath the South American plate. The Nazca Plate is moving at a velocity of 74 millimeters per year with respect to South America. The Chilean towns of Coquimbo, Tongoy, and Concon were hit by huge waves and suffered flooding and extensive damage. Chile is frequently hit by earthquakes. In 2010, a magnitude 8.8 earthquake hit central Chile, killing 500 people.
Japanese island evacuated after volcano erupts. A volcano on a small Japanese island erupted on Friday, sending smoke billowing thousands of meters into the sky and forcing residents to evacuate. Mount Shindake erupted on Kuchinarabu Island, a small island in southern Japan, at 9:59 a.m. on Friday morning. After the volcano erupted and spewed a tower of black clouds into the sky, the Japan Meteorology Agency raised the volcano alert level from 3 to 5. The approximately 140 residents of the island were evacuated by ferry. A pyroclastic flow of heated gas and rocks flowed down the side of Mount Shindake following the eruption and made its way down to the ocean. No injuries were reported despite the suddenness of the eruption.
An emergency evacuation took place on Whidbey Island on Wednesday when a landslide put the lives of dozens of seaside residents in danger. The landslide began at around 4 a.m. in the morning. Residents said they heard a loud noise like thunder before trees and dirt began sliding into the water and homes below.
Looked out and noticed that we had no more trees blocking the view and half the yard was...
The landslide was about 400 to 500 yards across and wiped out the road leading to the houses located below the cliff. Residents were told to evacuate their homes. Those who had lost access to the roads were taken away by boat. Fortunately, no one was killed or hurt. The seaside properties that remain offer beautiful ocean views, but whether people will want to continue living there remains to be seen.
A dry ice bomb went off at Disneyland in California on Tuesday afternoon. The dry ice bomb was in a plastic bottle that was placed in a trash can at Toontown, an area frequented by young children. No one was injured as the explosion was confined to the can. Dry ice bombs are commonly made of water and dry ice in a sealed container, such as a plastic bottle. As dry ice melts inside the bottle, the pressure increases as the quantity of gas increases with limited room to expand, which then leads to an explosion. Toontown was evacuated for a couple of hours. Authorities will look at surveillance video to track down the suspect.
Terminal C at New York's LaGuardia Airport was evacuated Tuesday after a worker reported smoke coming out of a bag. A suspicious package found on February 4th shut down part of one of the busiest airports in the United States. Terminal C at New York's LaGuardia Airport, used mostly for domestic flights, was evacuated around noon Tuesday. Ramp workers reported smoke coming out of a bag as they were loading luggage onto a flight bound for Richmond, Virginia. Authorities were notified and emergency workers rushed to the scene. The plane the bag was supposed to be on returned to the gate and all passengers were evacuated. Long delays were expected as LaGuardia Airport returned to normal operations. Police say they have removed the suspicious bag to a safe location and will investigate.
More than 1,000 people were evacuated when a pipeline owned by Pemex leaked ammonia gas in southern Mexico on August 20th. The leak was reportedly caused by a private company doing road work, which accidentally damaged the pipeline with their heavy machinery. At least 3 people were killed and some 40 others were poisoned by the leak. Pemex has a poor safety record and suffered another accident in January when 40 people were killed in a massive explosion near its Mexico City headquarters.
Russian embassy staff and their families in Libya were flown out of the country on Thursday after gunmen attacked the embassy on Wednesday. Some 60 people stormed the Russian embassy on Wednesday, many firing guns into the air. Security guards fired back, killing 1 gunman and injuring 4 others. Attackers reportedly climbed the walls of the embassy and broke down its metal gate. Gunmen also removed a Russian flag that was hanging from a balcony. Staff and families took refuge in safe rooms during the attack. The gunman who attacked reportedly planned to avenge the murder of a Libyan military officer by a Russian woman living in Tripoli.